Femur.
Yeah.
I'll turn your tibia and fibula into tongs for my salad.
I'll use you bones for me salad.
I'll use your rib cage as me xylophone.
I'll grind your bones to make me Minecraft bone powder.
I'll
grind
use your
bones to make me bone meal.
To make me bones. I'll have bones.
I'll use your bones to make me bones. God.
Through a complicated alchemical process, I'll turn your ribs into a crayon. Hold still.
I'll make a wig from your hair. It's actually quite painless. Give me some.
I don't need your scalp, I just need the hair. Just shave it off.
I just need some hair, please. I'm very self-conscious about my lack of hair.
Please. Please. God. Please, God. Oh, are we audible?
Yeah.
Very much so.
We're here.
Welcome to OC Yappy Hour for December 2024.
Yippee!
Yes, we're joined by a delightful mountain troll and
what the At least you think
hold on, I have to go and retweet the fucking promo.
I forgot about Blue Sky.
Yeah, you forgot about Blue Sky, man.
You didn't.
Lol.
No, you can't go retweet in the middle of giving introductions.
I can retweet as many times as I want.
You're giving.
Oh my god!
You were talking. You were talking. God.
Oh my god! And who's interrupting me? Me. That's right. So I'll kick my own ass. Okay.
Stop. I can't. I need you to stop being funny, please.
Yeah. Hi. Welcome to our monthly presentation of original projects and characters.
Our monthly presentation of things.
Our monthly presentation of ongoing works in progress. In order to force each other to make something of it. For this one, we are joined by a new fresh face. Say hi, introduce yourself properly. Don't do the
It is me. I wasn't going to. You have so little faith.
I want to make sure. I just want to make sure. All right.
So little faith. Jesus. Okay. Hi. I fucked it all up.
Throw it out the window.
I'm Crow. I'm usually the horrible Wood Elf Ranger on the Grand Ghost. But I'm not today. I'm gonna give a presentation today because I'm so cool and sexy. Yeah. I don't know. I don't stream anymore. That's a lie. Hey, I stream again.
That's a lie. You started streaming again.
Yeah, you literally streamed like this week.
Multiple times.
Hey, everybody. Hey, hi. I have a Twitch. It's Clerical Crow. You can find me. I think in my exclamation mark Crow still.
Might be.
Oh god.
I think I'm exclamation point Crow. Anyways, you can follow me on Twitch because I stream.
Let's try it right now.
I stream again. It's been 3 years.
Yeah, no, I didn't. That's part of the thing that I didn't remember to set back up after.
Yeah, it broke.
But Crow, if you type in the chat, the bot will scream at you.
Hello. Nice.
There you are.
I guess there's not one for Pal though. Sorry.
Well, it's okay. That's fine.
It's all right. I don't need the recognition. I'm just in it for the love of the game.
I should say I do stream again. I've been streaming Buckshot Roulette because I'm crazy. And I really like it. So yeah, it's great. It's a great game. I'm achievement hunting on it. So I'm also thinking about streaming Potion Craft at some point. I've gotten really into that recently too.
That'd be cool.
Nice. It's really nice, very powerful game.
Is that cute one?
Yes, where you make the potions. Yeah, you make potions and you sell them.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's great. You would love it. It's great game. Anyways, I stream again, so you can follow me on Twitch. And maybe I will stream something that I've grown.
Yes.
And maybe I will. Yeah. That's my shill. I don't know. I don't do anything else. Sometimes I make art on other places.
Sometimes
I talk a lot about Dragon. I talk a lot about Dragon Age. That's really it.
Huh.
Ooh, whew.
People
That's really
moving.
Oh, that's really it. I'm in school. I'm a grad student, so I do a lot of that.
Yeah, you're
What's
the.
your major?
What's your major?
What's your major?
Oh my god, I'm supposed to be getting feedback next week. I've done I finished an MPhil in art history a couple months ago. I'm in an MA for anthropology right now. Life is so beautiful.
Making
Life
you
would be
the
a dream.
smartest person in this stream.
I don't know about a lot. I have a lot of pieces of
The
paper.
smartest person here, unless Casey joins or something.
Anyways, just because this is a yappy and you're allowed to just talk about yourself. That's what I do.
Yap away. Say whatever the fuck you want. It's your time.
I also run games, but that's more of a thing I've been doing in person recently, unfortunately. I also live in Ireland, so
Yeah.
And she's been picking up the accent if you can't tell.
Oh yeah, you can definitely tell.
You are. Yes, you
have,
are.
though, is the thing.
You have.
And it's great because you haven't even noticed.
No.
But it's
Just
there,
That's
man.
part of it.
No. None of
It's
that.
there.
It's there.
You guys,
You can't deny it.
silly. Very silly.
No,
It's
not
more
yet.
prominent when Crow's very sleepy.
I don't know about all that.
Yeah, it's true.
Pal and I can attest
I know,
to
we
that.
switched out Sleepy Southern Crow for Sleepy Irish Crow.
Oh yeah, it's great.
Oh, I love being Southern. I'm gonna be around my grandma soon, so I'll be nice and Southern again.
Yay.
Oh, thank God.
For everybody,
I miss
for everybody
her. I
out
miss
there.
Southern Crow. Bring her back. When?
Can't stand you people.
Oh,
Whose
should I be-
babies are these guys?
Should I be playing your background music? I should be playing your background music right now.
No, yeah, that's perfect. So, hey everybody, I'm giving a presentation. I'm giving a presentation because I had a dream a couple months ago. I had a dream a couple months ago. No, it's funny. The thing is, my project is quite a funny one, because on purpose. But I had a dream a couple months ago about a couple of characters, and then I was overtaken with the desire to write a Monster of the Week serial fiction. I really wanted to do it as a comic. However, that's not happening. Because I got too into trying to draw it, and I got scared, and so I gave up. So, instead I started switching to the idea of just writing as like a serial fiction, with the occasional image kind of scattered throughout. I was looking a lot at Paranatural because they do that, and it's really nice to see the words and then a couple pictures. And so I was thinking about doing that. Decided not to because a new possibility landed on my doorstep, and that is a radio show. Radio Crow. That's actually quite true. I can't divulge too much about my show because it's through my university. But I have a friend that does a radio show, and she was like, "Did you know it's violently easy to get one?" And I was like, "Did not know that." Cool. So I was like, I messaged them and was like, "Can I have a radio show, please?" And I'm still waiting on some approval. But I might be having a radio show next semester. So I'm pointing at my screen. You can't see that. Monster Taxi. A potential radio show. If I don't get approved, we'll come back to that in a later slide. Anyways, potential radio show that I might have. So what the fuck even is a Monster Taxi? I am so glad that you asked. Hey, you out there in the audience, I'm so glad that you asked. What is a Monster Taxi? Well, Monster Taxi is a serial fiction. Fuck yeah. This is my like vague breakdown summary. My main character is a girl called Candace Burke. Everybody calls her Candle. It's an old nickname she can't get rid of. I know why. It's not in this presentation, because why would it be? But anyways, she starts driving a taxi to make ends meet after graduating college. Everybody knows this. Everybody knows this feeling. She runs into a customer that mistakes her for an Uber and makes this like really obscene, outrageous request. and it turns out that customer is a monster, and it turns out monsters need transportation too. That's right, monsters need taxis. So now Candle's the monster taxi girl, and hijinks ensue. So basically, it's a Monster of the Week cereal. Think Buffy the Vampire Slayer, but instead of slaying vampires, I drive them in a car. Okay, how about— oh no! The dark mode has put them into evil, whatever. How about that cast? So I have two main recurring characters right now in my brain. And that's Candle, who's 23. She's the burnt-out taxi driver main character of the story.
Wait, ad.
What?
Ad.
What?
Ad break.
Ad.
Fucker. We couldn't stop the ad break. I tried snoozing it.
I wasn't looking when
Guys,
ad happened. Sorry.
I've been hidden by commercial.
Sorry.
We've gone to commercial. So since we've gone to commercial—
Behind a paywall.
Monster
Since
Taxi behind a
we're-
paywall.
Monster Taxi behind it. You know what? Honestly, based. Based. What can I say that's fucked up during the commercial?
22 seconds.
Oh shit.
Bastard.
Nope, got nothing. Nothing.
All right, cool.
I literally got nothing.
Um.
Can I start again? I've
Wait a minute.
the dark
Bye.
mode made them
Hold on,
evil.
The Dark
seconds.
Mode
I didn't
made
mean
them
to.
evil. They're evil.
I didn't mean to do that. My bad, guys. These
Close
sketches
mode.
look way better.
We're back.
We're back. The dark mode made my sketches look evil. I didn't mean for that to happen. Sorry, guys. I promise they look better in person. Anyways, Candle, 23, main character of the story. Guess what? She drives the monster taxi. Iconic title card, Monster Taxi. Which, by the way, Monster Taxi is just what I've been calling it. It doesn't have a real title. It might just be Monster Taxi. Haven't decided. Anyways.
Mhm.
She ends up involved in a lot of different things simply because she's always in the wrong place at the wrong time. That's kind of just like what happens to her. And then we have my recurring monster character, who is the first monster from the first story, and that's Imani Harmon. She's called Gurney primarily, which is another old nickname she can't get rid of. That's why they bond. It's great. She's oh, I love that I wrote that. The most beautiful woman in the world, because she is. And she's kind of the reason that the whole story ends up happening the way that it does. And she's a werewolf, which is always fun. Don't separate them. Do not separate. As much as Candle wants to get rid of Gurney, don't separate them. We have a couple other monsters. Really early stages of this. You can't tell. Everything's in the really early stages, which is so cool. I'm making up the story as I go and kind of picking monsters that go along with the themes and things I want to communicate. But right now I have John Keel. I can't tell you what kind of monster he is because that would ruin the surprise. But he's just kind of like your cool southern uncle, and he needs a ride to the airport. But not the airport, just like the middle of the woods. But he's going on a trip, so don't worry about that. And then Esther Rose, who's my cool poltergeist. Her house is being fucked up. She's really unhappy about it. I'm flip-flopping between her house is like being turned into like historical attraction, and somebody has bought her house, her historic house, and is gutting it to turn it into like millennial white.
God.
Which I think is extremely funny.
That's
Oh
really
my
good. That's a really
God.
good
It was a good, I think.
I
that's
really
a good
like
one.
that. I really like the idea of a poltergeist that's like, please, it's so ugly. They've gotten rid of all the charm of my house.
You painted over bare red brick. You painted over it.
See, this is what I fear that I think it would just be funny for Esther. So she's my like Great Panic 1819 ghost. I just really love her. I think she's quite funny. They don't have any images yet because again I gave up on drawing this as a comic, so there's no images. And then we have Swineherd. Don't ask too many questions about Swineherd. That's bad. It's there. Don't worry about Swineherd. Deliverer of odd messages appears as a shadow in Candle's backseat. Don't ask about it. So, there is a thought process behind Swineherd that I don't want to get too far into because it's still being figured out, but Swineherd's like the kind of background thread that will weave throughout some of the stuff if I get smart enough, and many more to come. But here's the cool thing. It's gonna be a radio show. And what do you expect with a radio show? Music! I should clarify, radio show, it's not a radio drama, so it's not gonna be like I'm a really, really big fan of the original War of the Worlds radio drama. I'm a huge fan of that. They played it for me in elementary school. I remember listening to it, and I remember being like, that's the coolest fucking thing I've ever heard. And if I had my way, I would so love to be able to do something like that. But with what I have, that's not possible. So maybe at some point in the future, I don't know. But it's a radio show, so 90% of Monster Taxi takes place in Candle's car. Oh my god, hello. It takes place in this car, so that gives me a really great excuse for framing a story with music, which is something that I really love, and I really would love to do anyways. And also it's a radio show, so I have to play music throughout the thing anyways. So I get to think pretty interesting thoughts about the music that I want to play and when I'm going to play it, which means that I'm likely going to be, theming things to, like, characters and, like, their vibes and stuff like that, but also, like, emotional makeup of what's going on, which is cool. I have some Candle songs. It's got some Last Dinner Party, some Suki Waterhouse, some Florence and the Machine, some Paris Paloma, that kind of vibe. I have some Gurney songs. I have Go by M83 on Gurneys, and I love that song. It's a good fucking song. So is Strangers in the Wind by Cut Copy. Still Here, Honeymoon. Great fucking song. Saint Chroma. Saint Chroma, Tyler, the creator for Gurney, is very good. It's very good. And Candle's Morning Alarm is Surfing USA, which was something that was in my dream, so that has to, stay. That's it.
Oh my god.
But yes.
This is an image of Candle hitting Gurney with her car. Don't fucking worry.
Is that how they meet?
I love in between frames. I love in between frames. Just whoosh.
That's it. That's my presentation. That's genuinely really it. I haven't even been approved for this yet. If it doesn't get approved, oh yeah, I should say that. If I don't get approved for a radio show, I will likely end up writing it as just a serial fiction. That I don't even know if I'd post that anywhere. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay. That answers my first question, I guess.
Oh, questions. No, what was your question? Let me see if I can come up with a better answer for it. Ooh.
Well, I was gonna say, if you don't have the show, like, what were you gonna do with it instead? Like, a podcast, or
I don't
guess
see
you're just
myself
gonna
doing
have
a
it.
podcast. I think what I would do.
Away.
I wouldn't throw this away.
I don't know. I'd really like to come back to the, like, text with images kind of format, because I really like that. My biggest kind of hurdle there was that whenever you look yourself in the eyes and say, I'm gonna learn how to stylize, suddenly nothing looks good. And I was like, okay, so actually I think I'm gonna die if I try this. So that's kind of, I just got my motivation, like, shot out from under me. But at the same time, I would really like just writing it as prose. I think it would be nice to just write it.
Yeah, that's real. I
don't know. I'd make like a Tumblr account and just post it there, probably. I feel like that's pretty easy for writing. I feel like for that kind of thing, Tumblr tends to be pretty good. It'd be like a blog almost,
Also, if you do get to make proper audio of it, do you need any vocal talents? Do you need
voice actors?
Let's say, okay, so we'll go again. If I don't get the radio show and I decide to do it as an audio verbal kind of medium,
a podcast.
Like a podcast. It would be, because, like, I should also clarify that, like, the framing of this is genuine storytelling. Like, it is me reading prose for the most part, with music kind of intermixed throughout. So and I mean like full like describing scenes and stuff. Oh my god,
Woo!
guys, I've just turned around to look into the live studio audience. Ignore the fact that my voice just cracked. I'm actually secretly a 12-year-old boy going through puberty.
Nothing better for having people ignore that your voice just cracked than to like say out loud,
point it out
that happened.
I'm nothing.
No, it was an aside to the audience. You didn't
please
hear
ignore,
that.
Please
I said it to the
man
audience.
behind the curtain.
It was said to the audience. You didn't hear that.
I said it to the audience.
I need water. Oh, fun.
Jesus. But if I did it if I ended up doing it still as a verbal thing, maybe potentially I'd lean more into like radio drama, and I would do it as like with like noises and sound effects and stuff.
Hit us with a little audiobook.
Just it'd be like a bit like an audiobook. And then if I did that, I would love to have other people come in and voice characters. I would also love to do that with it if I did a radio show.
Yes.
I would love to help with any Foley sound.
It's again the radio station is through my university, but I have so many lovely friends that are already like.
Certainly, yeah, like
hey, let me at it.
There's kind of a like you're certainly at a crossroads of okay, depending on whether or not you get this changes like the manner in which you're writing this, because there's very much a difference between writing for a radio play and just writing prosaically.
And also like if I ended up not doing it on a radio show, I would be a lot more loose about how long things could be.
True. That was gonna be my next question. Is like runtime. How long you think it's going?
I think if what I know about what's currently on the station is anything to go off of, the slots are an hour. So it would be a 1 hour, maybe weekly, maybe bi-weekly. I don't know. It's gonna. Hey, you know what the other side of this is? I'm also getting a master's degree.
Mm-hmm.
So how much time I actually have to dedicate to it kind of fluctuates. Weekly, bi-weekly, I don't know. But it would be about an hour, and I think it would allot for like, I don't know, I feel like 6 or 7 songs.
I'm so sorry. I
expectation?
have to fucking turn off Cats on Mars.
Everybody hates Cats on Mars. But yeah, that would be the kind of general runtime and stuff.
Cool. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Any other questions? Ask me about my girls.
Well, I don't have a question about you. Well, I think I have another question though.
What? Yeah, go ahead.
Time period ? Location ?
I'm so glad you asked. I am so glad you asked. Because guess what? It's purposely vague.
I like that.
Here's the thing. Anytime I write something of this specific genre, which is often, if you know me, it's always going to be Southwestern United States. Because if there's fuckery anywhere, it's there. It also allots for, I can use a car. Everybody needs a car. Things are spread out enough that, like, you know, it's easy to make monsters and people go missing without much to do. But also there's just, I really love Southern American, like, folklore and stuff like that. I think it's really good. That being said, I don't know if I ever want to specifically canonize that it's happening in the States, versus being like, it's happening somewhere.
Yeah.
In a completely made-up place.
Welcome to.
Because I've also got to account for the fact that my primary audience will be Irish.
True.
It's a radio show.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna let it limit me too much in that regard. In terms of time period, it will probably be pretty modern. Because I want to have certain things without like worrying about whether or not they'd be around. And I also really like the idea of Candle driving a taxi in an age of like there are transportation apps, and it's like no, this is just that girl that lives in town that really needs money. Like,
yeah.
She never passed the like vetting for Uber, so they were like, no, you can't Uber. And she's like, guys, fuck.
It's
I don't know the process.
Like, she's not even officially through any apps. It's very much like she just like has on the side of her car just a thing of like, I don't know.
Yes, no, it's like I've posted around town like a couple of copies of my phone number, and I'm like, I will drive you wherever you want.
Call this number. Here's some vague general rates.
So she has like she has like a couple of. She basically has like a very small, loyal customer base that knows they're not going to get like upcharged in any way. They're not going to. She's reliable. She will always be there because it's one of the only things she does. And she can also come at like the drop of a hat. Like if she's just like, "Hey, I'm desperate. I need a ride," Kendall will show up because she knows on her end that you're going to pay her in cash. You're not going to tell the government, and she gets to keep all that. I respect her for many reasons.
Hitting that grind.
She be grinding.
What was the question? I had a question.
Yes, you in the back.
I know you've mentioned before, like previously when you've talked about this. I just don't remember. Is there a rotating cast, like constantly, or is it? How do I phrase this?
Are there going to be repeat customers?
Yeah, are there going to be repeat customers, basically? Because I know you mentioned Gurney's gonna be there. So
Gurney's gonna be there. Gurney's gonna be there.
Mr. G-Man.
Gurney's gonna. Whoa. Gurney's gonna be there. Gurney will be there because Gurney is the like inciting incident. And also they are gonna kiss. Who said that? Anyways, no, they're
Al, was that you?
They have a
person in the way back.
Was that you saying that?
They have a relationship that I'm very proud of the way that it exists, and I think Gurney's quite fun.
She looks it. I love her. Would you say the most beautiful woman in the world? I agree.
She's fantastic. She's
if
great.
I could make a recommendation.
Yeah.
The Hitchhiking Ghost story is a tale as old as Cars. You could like have a really fun episode with a hitchhiking ghost.
Oh yeah, definitely.
As old as Cars.
That's the thing is like I've not got very many ghosts. I've not got very many monsters up on the docket just yet. But the idea is that out of the like proper monsters, one of the only recurring ones is Gurney, and that is because Gurney is the reason that Candle's in the mess to begin with. Because Gurney leaves the taxi and is like, guys, monster safe taxi, life is a dream. And Candle's like, what the fuck?
Why would you say that?
Why would you buy it? What the fuck?
just like you should be thanking me. I'm doing your marketing for you. Just like I do not like this marketing.
I do not want to do this, please. But yeah, so other than that, Swineherd will come up a couple of times, but that's because that's based around the idea that I have the brain to create like a background kind of storyline. Because simultaneously there's a lot of things going on with Candle that I would like to kind of air out over the course of it. Because as funny and silly as it is, it's also supposed to be kind of like a bit of a look at like early 20s burnout. And what it's like to be like out of college and being like, cool. So what's up?
Like kind of hover.
Yeah, so it's kind of like a looking at that, and you know, looking and doing all that stuff because it's very real. I mean, I am in school, but I feel it all the time.
Yeah.
Because hey, it's almost over. That's very scary. And so there's a lot of kind of bits and bobs to it. And yeah, so there's a lot of little things that I'd like to kind of bring up. And if I have the kind of ability to come up with a more kind of overarching storyline, which I could figure out, it's just a matter of doing it. It'll come to me in a dream. But other than that, most people are going to be kind of one-offs, and then like maybe mentions of them show up throughout. But the idea in that is that the story is then super accessible for people that are tuning in for the first time.
Yeah, that's good. That's really
a public radio show.
This is a good premise, a good sort of like it'll fit the format well.
Yay! That's really it, though. That's all I've got.
This image, sorry.
It's not very much. I think the candles should hit Gurney with her car once. I think it'll probably happen.
Be the inside.
I think it'll be just once.
Gurney will be fine. She will be fine.
Werewolf.
Just once. She's a werewolf.
She will literally be fine. She will literally be fine. Oh my god, she transforms into a werewolf and Kenny goes, ah! Gasses it.
She like sees the eye shine in her headlights and
I saw some fucking freak thing in the road. Yeah, that was me.
Dude, that was me.
Your best friend. It should happen at the point in the relationship when they're really, really good friends. So
before they kiss, but when they're super close.
Yeah, like what the fuck?
Okay, in that case, I think it should happen multiple times.
You gotta really stop doing that.
Stop hitting me with your car!
Stop jumping out of the middle of the fucking road.
Nope.
Just so happens to be the way Gurney gets in the car every time.
Oh god.
So.
You can see it not evil there for a second.
Not evil.
Not evil, but small.
Not evil.
Anyways.
It's crazy to me that the dark mode just completely fucking inverted.
Yeah. What's up with that?
It's weird.
That's monster tracks.
It's fucked up.
I think it's funny that it didn't do dark mode until you put it into presentations.
What's up with that?
I think you have a really solid idea.
Yeah.
I think it's good.
Yes.
It is very, very solid.
I can't wait to see what else you do with it.
It's funny. To this day, there's only one panel of comic that exists for it. Because again, I was afflicted by horrible crimes of stylization.
God.
Yeah, you felt the itch.
I felt the itch, but the one page of the comic that exists is like the opening of it, and it was going to be framed as Candle nearly hitting a like whenever people in various media almost hit an animal that is sitting up but looks like roadkill.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So like the idea was like it's a fox that's sitting in the road, but its entire back is open and it's roadkill, but it's sitting up and looking at her. And it's her almost hitting the fox, and then it says this page has been intentionally left blank. And then we go into the story. Which could mean nothing.
Which could mean nothing.
But that's all that exists for Monster Taxi.
Awesome.
It needs a better title now.
No, I think you should keep the title as it is.
I think the thing is that you're gonna run into the beautiful problem of you're going to attempt to find a better title and you won't.
Nothing will work better than
anything. It's gonna be too serious or too silly.
That's exactly. Well, for the long, Monster Taxi is an upgrade. It used to just be called Stupid Candle, Stupid Taxi. So.
Well, you already got the funny title out of the way.
That was my slashlight. That was my slashlight-hearted title. Anyways, that's Monster Taxi. Get me out of here. Yay!
Awesome. Good job.
Awesome.
Who's next?
Yippee!
Thanks. That was scary.
You did it.
I'll be here for probably 10 more minutes. I fear.
Okay.
Hey guys, midnight 44. Scary.
Oh, fuck.
Who's
Jeezy crazy.
Who's next?
I can go.
Okay.
Okay.
Yay! Haha! Yay!
What do you want for background music?
If you say fucking cats on Mars.
Some goddamn jazz, you motherfucker.
No!
It doesn't matter. I'm not gonna. I can't. Like, I can't really listen to the music.
I'm pulling up the same jazz video.
Pull up a different jazz video.
It's 11 hours long. I think it's fine that we pull up the same.
Pull up some fucking acoustic guitar. Pull up some gentle acoustic guitar.
It is 12 hours long. I think it's fine. It's always gonna be something different.
Just skip to a different part of the video.
Yeah, we're at a new part. Share your screen.
Okay, motherfucker. Good
God,
man.
I can't believe Pal called Candle the tax fraudster.
The tax fraudster.
The tax fraudster.
Just because it's true doesn't mean you should say it.
But
okay.
Saying it because she's awesome.
The tax monster.
The tax monster.
Oh,
I have to go to my doctor.
That was really scary.
Doctor Monster.
Let me in.
If it loads. If it loads.
Let me
in.
If it loads. Where is it? Where is it? Stop.
Hey, if it loads. Why is my screen black?
Stop. HD. Oh my god. HD streaming for everyone. Shut up.
Why is my fucking screen black?
Where
Discord? I swear to God, if you just fucking broke my shit.
Where is it?
Oh, man.
Where is it?
Where is anything?
Where is it?
You're Good talking question. like Cyclops in that one animation. Ooh, you're fixing to make me real mad.
Are we gonna become trolls again?
Oh my fucking god, let me out. Let me out. Control delete. Let me out. Let me out. Let me out. Let me out. Son of a bitch, I'm frozen. I'm getting water.
Intermission time.
I'm just gonna go get water. I'm just gonna go get water so it fucking sorts itself out.
We'll make the magma screen bigger. Let's draw stuff.
I'm frozen. I'm frozen. I'm getting water.
I'm getting water. I need to get out.
Me when I'm stranded in Alaska. I'm frozen. I'm frozen.
Where am I?
Water.
Help.
Help me.
I'm frozen. I'm frozen.
Who's red? Who used red? Power
Not me.
really
I'm
big.
using a
power really big.
Very light blue.
Power really big.
What's happening in here?
We're writing our notes and drawing.
Drawing occasionally.
Occasionally.
Pal has
Burning
and candle.
My mouse is broken, except it's not. It's just not plugged in.
Oh.
Sorry. Sorry.
Hello?
It's
here. It's here. Pal, come back.
Is it here?
It's real. Pal, it's real. Pal, it's real. Pal.
Wait, but everybody took a corner, guys. This is so awkward for me.
So you can, how about like right here, right here, like right next to me, like right here.
Dude, fuck everything. Oh wait, hold on. My mouse isn't working. Hold on. Okay. Dude, fuck everything. I'm going right here.
Like right in the middle. Oh god.
Okay.
No, we can be friends.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, let's try it one more time.
Let me.
Dude,
it's still it's there. Okay.
It's there. I see it.
Okay.
Go.
And if I click this, yay! It's real.
It's real. There it is. Now it's
everything's real.
Scream. It's on the scream.
Hi everybody.
You're real.
Hi everyone. Oh my god. Oh Jesus Christ! I have too many.
Let me send
fucking.
That's really
too many
big.
goddamn notifications on my computer.
Go away. Go away.
Dude, I had the anarchist library pulled up behind my thing. Jesus Christ.
Okay. Yeah.
Why is it not making the end call overlay shit go away? Go away. Discord, go away. Help!
Devolves into too much gnashing of teeth.
We're all animals. Everyone has way more energy than I do. I'm so tired.
Display my shit normal. Display my shit normal. Display my shit normal.
Why is Pal not allowed to do things? Yeah.
I don't know.
What if I?
There we go.
What if I?
Okay. It's okay.
Everything's fine.
Don't touch
Everything's
anything.
fine. Everything's
Can't
fine.
touch anything.
Don't fucking touch anything.
I'm not gonna fucking touch
anything.
Okay.
Okay, not gonna touch anything. Hi. Welcome to my fucking presentation.
Wow. Wow, rude.
I know that I said that I wanted to do a different presentation before I went into OC book reports, but actually I got itchy, and so I wanted to do OC book reports immediately.
Alright.
So welcome to the first.
Check for lice.
Yeah, I was nothing but lice.
Do you have fleas?
So, yeah, I have a bunch of, I have lice and lice have fleas. And the fleas have bed bugs. So welcome to.
We don't talk about those.
Welcome to OC Book Report, the first. It's about Amelia. And there's a very special reason for having Amelia be the first OC Book Report, besides the fact that they're like kind of the perspective character. That's that earlier in 2024, I declared it the year of Amelia to some friends of mine with the hope that I would, do some more development specifically focused on Amelia. Instead, I kind of spent most of the year thinking about Bee and Laurel. So,
it's always the year of Mary.
Yeah, it's always the year of Mary, is the thing. They're just so goddamn compelling. Okay. But that's besides the point. This is really kind of the last chance I have to really do some proper analysis before the year of Amelia is up. So, yeah, let's do some fucking analysis of this goddamn deer. It's tough. It's tough to do analysis on Amelia. Remember how I just said that folks like Mary are a lot more compelling? Like, when I think of my characters, I tend to, literally, mentally sit with them. I tend to literally, mentally sit with them and just kind of wait for them to start talking about things. Amelia does not fucking talk, dude. This kid loves to just shut up. I swear to God.
Nothing going on up there.
Oh, this is so wonderful.
It's very hard to get a good handle on this damn kid if they won't fucking talk to me. Good. So yeah, let's just back all the way up then. All right, fine. We'll just fucking, if you won't just tell me what your goddamn deal is, let's just back all the way up and just kind of go at it from first principles. So, basic goddamn facts, narrative facts about Amelia. They are a meteorologist's apprentice. That is their main goal to them is just like, okay, I've moved here. I've moved out here. I've moved way up the coast, hours away from the town that I grew up in, to learn the weather. And also I gave them my chronic migraines, slightly different form than the one that I actually have, because I sort of want theirs to be harder to solve. I kind of somewhat solved my migraines, and I don't want Amelia to solve their migraines. Because well, yeah, but I'll talk about why I don't want them to just fix it in a little bit. Yeah, they're a good listener. They're not great at talking. Not super chatty of a person at all. But they do like hearing other people yap. Yeah, so, okay, diving into the migraines as a thing. Here is a first major point that kind of hints that, okay, there's something going on with you, kid. Amelia kind of ignores the fact that they have migraines. They're just like, yeah, I don't know, I just tend to get headaches that are really fucking bad and just kind of blow me up a little bit. But it's fine. I can keep working. I can keep working even though it feels like it would be more comfortable to rip my jaw out of my head.
Literally me earlier today.
Yep, yeah, but it's like, okay, thinking about that does sort of poke at something like, hey, why wouldn't you, like, it's kind of easy to get ticked off to the fact that this isn't very ordinary to have happen. But I don't know. Maybe that's nothing. What else have you got? Okay. Well, migraines, there's migraines tend to be triggered by certain things. They can be triggered by poor sleep habits, poor diet, allergies to certain things, sinus pressure, changes in air pressure, exposure to light, sound, muscle fatigue, emotional distress, red wine. Sometimes red wine can cause it. Like tannins in like red wine or dark chocolate can like cause there's a lot of different things that can cause migraine. And Amelia not really wanting to sort of face the fact that, hey, you do have something clinically wrong with you, also doesn't really, at least at the start of the story, pay attention to maybe what things could be causing or exacerbating their migraines. They don't take great care of themselves. Amelia's a little bit of a mess, maybe, perhaps, but you know, they're fine. They're fine, dude. They're fine. They're okay. Right. So meteorology. Why do they go into meteorology? I ask Amelia this, and they're like, okay, like weather is something that happens every day, and I kind of want to know more about something that I deal with every day. And like, I don't know, it's kind of easy. It's easy. Well, it's not simple, but it's like, well, okay. It seems like a nice, easy choice. A nice, easy choice, but it's not. I mean, how fucking easy of a choice is it for you, bud? You kind of. If it was, why did you like move? You definitely have meteorologists in your town, all right? You definitely have meteorologists in your town. Why'd you move? That's a question that I'm still poking at, actually. Is like, okay, clearly there's some amount of dissatisfaction with where you have been living for, I don't know, 22, 23. How old is Amelia? 23? I can't remember what ages I made everybody. I remember I made B28, and I remember Mary and Amelia are in their like early 20s. I can't remember if I made Amelia 22 or 23. Well, either way, kind of
close enough to each other.
Yeah, you spent so many years of your life in your hometown. You showed up there, and you've lived there pretty easily. You could have just kept living there. So there's something that bothered them enough to make them fucking like move that far away from where they're at. Because like, okay, I've talked before about how the setting of Wild Magic is like sort of equivalent, like Maine kind of. Amelia's from like equivalent New Jersey, so like, you know, a solid day of travel out. very much like, oh yeah, I'm not really looking to go home too often. Like, okay, that's a big move. That's a bold move from you, buddy. That's a big bold move. And there's probably going to be a lot of diving into that throughout the story, however that goes. But yeah, okay, yeah, all right. Like, even though Amelia very much has like, you know, something clinically up with them, and like is sort of made an odd kind of choice. They just want so bad to be a background character. I love making characters that just really desperately want to be background characters, but they don't get to be. And yeah, like just any kind of hint that, hey, like, people are kind of paying a little more attention to you than you're paying attention to yourself. Amelia's like, I gotta go. Don't look at me. I'm just some random fucking person looking at a cloud. Don't. Okay. Yeah, and they need to fucking loosen up. That's the entire story. Is just, hey, you need to realize. you need to pay more attention to yourself and maybe loosen up a little bit. So yeah, if they do actually pay attention to themselves, what are they gonna actually discover? What flavor of weird is a character is like a big question for me. It's something that I expected to see a slide like this in every single one of these OC book reports, because I really it says it gives a lot about their mannerisms, and about a lot about them. So yeah, I just from gut feelings and from other people asking me questions and having to answer them about my characters. I don't know. I think Amelia is kind of could be someone who is very calculated, who's just very detail oriented and very much the type to play along and really sort of give their all to something just for the fun of it. Yeah, they could be like that. They might be like that by the end of the story. At the start, they're certainly hiding all of this. And I do have to think about what made them be like that at the start of the thing. What else? Yeah, I do think that they, even at the start of the story, I think they do occasionally make efforts on their own to try and kind of help themselves a little bit, just from a lot of trial and error. Just a lot of going I don't know, this kind of helps sometimes, but not really thinking about why. Or this and that and the other thing, and whether or not occasionally the things that they do only help in the short term. Like popping their fucking jaw that doesn't quit doing learn pressure points. That doesn't help your migraine. Ask me how I know. Maybe don't tie up your fucking hair if your head hurts. I don't know. But yeah, okay. So, yes. Progression is the other major thing. If I want to write a story, then there has to be a narrative. If there has to be a narrative that's character-driven, then the characters have to drive it. So let's talk about how it gets driven. Amelia is, at the start of the story, is someone who is desperately trying to fucking hide themselves from themselves sometimes. They don't talk much. They think a little too much about stuff that doesn't fucking matter. They do not manage their pain well. They just wanna, be someone that you don't think about, so they don't have to think about themselves either. And by the end of it, they have fucking loosened up and maybe learned a little more about how to manage their pain. And that is also the thing about why I don't really have their migraines get cured. I've been asked a couple times about just okay, this Wild Magic takes place in a comparatively modern setting. They have technology and medicine comparable to ours. There's migraine medicine in our world, and there's migraine medicine in Wild Magic too. And by all means, the steps are there for Amelia to just get on a migraine medication and not really have to think about it. But that's the thing. I want Amelia to have to think about it. And I want the focus to be I probably will have migraine medicine in there at some point, because I don't want people to walk away thinking that the message is that you don't need clinical help. You do need clinical help, especially for migraines. But I also want there to be a focus on managing pain, and on knowing your limits, and on working with yourself instead of around yourself. And yeah, this Amelia is very much someone who is able to go, oh no, it's a migraine day, I'm not doing anything. Instead of like, hey, I can fucking, yeah, sure, I'll get out of my bed and run a fucking mile or some shit. It's easy. Okay, so notable character dynamics. This slide was put in at the request of a friend of mine. Thank you, Maria, for telling me to put this in, because it is a good idea. Yeah, so notable character dynamics. B and Mary like Amelia because, I mean, they're just like a good listener, and just kind of they're a kind person. I think Mary very much sees Amelia as a bit of a puzzle. Just kind of like poke at a little bit, but like more out of a like genuine concern and less out of just for the fun of it. Amelia does not get a good read on Lum at first, because Lum is very like you know, kind of bold and like not very facially expressive. And Amelia, being new in town, is just like, oh, I think Lum just fucking hates me, and everyone else has to go like, no, she just looks like that. Lum just very genuinely cares for you. But you gotta fucking like think, you gotta listen to your goddamn self. Which Basil probably thinks about, like, is very much like that to Amelia, just like, hey, you're stupid, but you're fucking stupid. Yeah, Jess doesn't really know what to think about Amelia at first, but just like, well, my sister likes you, so whatever. You're cool, we'll hang out. I'll have you on the radio. Ren is like, Ren and Ash are both just like, okay, cool, new kid to take care of. We will make dinner. Come here. You are invited to dinner. You are not coming to dinner? Okay. Basil, you are taking a Tupperware to their house. You are not getting away from this. And, well, Carter could just fucking talk for hours, and Amelia doesn't mind, so that's good. What else? I don't know. There's a lot of...
Great slide.
Yeah, there's a lot of thinking about, like, very small, like, it's nice to think about sort of small preferences, because they do actually, like, I do take these small preference things under consideration quite heavily. Like, they don't, like, none of these probably say anything too distinct about Amelia, but they all say something about them. And it's a lot of gut feeling in having them, like, sit across from me and start talking. You won't fucking tell me what's wrong with you, but you can tell me that you can swim. But you're not actually very athletic. But you can swim, though. And you can stretch. I don't know. That's great, bud. That's great. Can you tell me, like, why you moved out of your town? I like blueberries. Alright. Whatever. And, you know, thinking about more stuff like that, please, I need more questions about my OCs. Like, literally, like, this is an open invitation to anyone that I know that is capable of DMing me on platforms. Just, like, anytime, you're never bothering me with a wild magic question. There have been occasions where friends have like DM me like, hey, like, I know it's kind of an odd hour, but I was thinking about this thing. It's just like, yes, I'm always a happy smiler about it. All right, ask me anything, I'm always a happy smiler about it. Even if it's just like this might be kind of a weird question. Like the least I'll say is just like, I don't really know how to answer that, but I'm not gonna fucking think less of anyone for asking any certain things. That's the end of my presentation. That's it. Yep.
Good job.
Good job.
I really
First
like
character
the small
analysis.
details you put into your characters. Like that's stuff that I would never have thought to add. Well, they really like 4-cheese pizza and Choco Tacos.
I love that slide. It was so funny.
I don't know what you're talking about. Amelia looks like a 4-cheese pizza enjoyer.
You're just gonna say she looks like a 4-cheese pizza.
The thing
Dude,
is,
she looks just like a 4-cheese pizza.
I can absolutely see it. The thing is, I would never think to add that as a character trait.
Yeah.
I think the fact that you have
like, it very much comes out of the fact of like, well, this comic is about mundane life.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
these things do come up.
These things do happen.
These things do happen.
These things do happen.
Yeah, and the fact that wild magic is mundane life compared to like other things going on, like other stories don't have the mundane things.
Mm-hmm.
The mundane things happen in the back of the person who's creating its head, and they don't talk about them. You're actually talking about them.
Yeah.
So I think that's what makes this very specifically like unique in that way. Like you're pulling the curtain and being like, "Hey."
Yeah,
So,
I gotta get granular.
So.
You gotta try and make everyone have their individual lives.
The only question that I can think of off the top of my head is like, so what spurns Amelia to grow?
What spurns Amelia to grow? That's a good question.
Or to like start kind of self-caring.
I think it
also
comes
can I just
down
say,
to
these two images, I can't like gesture to them, but the two largest ones in the center.
Yeah,
the stretching images, those are just so fantastic.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Those are such incredible figure drawings. The
good thing about having a character that's a similar build to me is that I could just like just sort of do the same motion. Keep track of my own muscle groups. But yeah, in terms of like what spurs them on to kind of grow, being in this new environment and having fresh eyes on them that can just go like, hey, what? I think what spurs them on is very much going to be like Lub going like, kid, okay, slow down, and Mary going like, what are you goddamn talking about? Like, I don't know how they did stuff back where you're from. Can like, hey,
take a breath, relax,
take a breath, have some dinner with us, for fuck's sake.
Have some dinner.
They wouldn't say fuck.
That was...
Fuck doesn't exist in WoW.
What?
God?
There's no fuck doesn't exist in WoW Magic.
Whoa, that's crazy.
I'm sorry, you can't curse?
You can curse. I'm saying fuck doesn't exist.
That's crazy.
The word fuck doesn't... Why is...
The action doesn't exist, so the word doesn't exist?
Yeah, sex doesn't exist in WoW Magic.
Whoa!
So the word... So you're...
We got a couple people who missed out on the very first one.
People are just...
No, I didn't miss out.
It's literally my first one!
Yeah, I'll have
She's new here. She's new here.
Kroll will have to point you... Kroll will have to show you the other PowerPoints that I've done. Yeah, I made the distinct choice at some point going like, okay, sex doesn't exist and God doesn't exist, so that kind of cuts out certain curse words. You can't say fuck or damn or hell or god damn it.
That rocks.
Or motherfucker. You can't say shit.
That rocks. That rocks. Hell yeah.
Taking away my favorite curse words. You serious?
I know it's tough. I don't like it either.
No. But
I'm just playing with you.
The cool thing about that, in my opinion, is that leaves so much room to make up new ones.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that means you get to be really fucking creative with it, because you get to figure out what is something that invoking this would be a swear to these people.
Yeah.
I love that. That's based. That's incredibly based. I don't know. I think it's funny.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and then
I want those to show up as naturally as possible.
There's so many things that
I don't want to think too much about them ahead of time.
There's if you want. Oh no, I'm gonna be normal. A lot of really interesting things concerning culture and stuff like that. Oh,
you don't have to be normal.
What can I say?
The anthropologist is going.
The anthropologist.
Okay. Here's something. You would have seen this in an earlier PowerPoint if you were here for the earlier PowerPoints that I want you to think about from an anthropological perspective.
Okay.
There's no birth. People just show up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Think about that anthropological.
I love it.
Thinking about that you want my genuine answer.
But people can still request, in a way, kids. There is genetics in the way of people can request kids, but majority of folks show up without parents. There's no bloodlines.
I'm gonna be normal.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be normal in that answer. I'm thinking about it, and there's just so many really interesting things you can do in that regard. It's very cool.
Mm-hmm. If you ever have thoughts on it, feel free to fucking message me.
I gotta assemble some sources. There's so much to be said about family dynamics and what comes out of families, and how important that is in the formation of society and culture. And how core that is to figuring out how certain societies act and behave.
Yes.
So I'm gonna be really normal about it.
I would love a professional anthropologist's perspective on such thing.
My genuine thing. I did have something I want to not ask so much as just add. Because I've also got a friend with chronic migraine symptoms. Yes. Chronic migraine condition. And I know that smell triggers are a really big thing for her specifically.
Oh, yeah.
That's okay.
And yeah, she can't have lavender in the home because that's a migraine trigger, and she gets stroke symptoms from migraines. It's quite bad. So do you think that Amelia has smell triggers as well?
That's
a mundane question. I feel like.
Yeah, I started thinking kind of recently about how do Amelia's migraines actually manifest in general. I think that a majority of their migraine triggers are from poor hydration, poor sleep habits, emotional stress, and light overexposure. But they get kind of vestibular migraines. They lose balance. That's that's the first thing they get is just oh shit, I can't fucking stand.
Yes, good, yes.
Yes.
That's all I had, and I drew you an Amelia with a zipper mouth.
Yes. Oh, I can't wait to look at the fucking whiteboard.
That's all I got.
Yippee.
And I'll probably go to bed. But good job.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.
I don't have any words. I had written down 2 specific things, but they weren't really questions I think you could answer. They more
might be things I could talk about.
Yeah, things you could talk about or things you could think about, because the 2 things I wrote down is the first one was she afraid to get the migraines checked? Is it medical anxiety? So, because I know I suffer from that. It sucks.
Amelia is afraid to have proof that there is something wrong with them.
Yeah. And the other thing I wrote down was, like, instead of why did she move specifically, ask why people move in the first place. Like,
well, I mean,
like, that's the generalized version of the question.
Yeah, I guess, like,
in case you can't figure out, like, why she moved. So.
Yeah, I mean, why does anyone move? Educational opportunities, a change of scenery, work opportunities, like, just
want to get out of your hometown real bad.
Just,
like
a general itch, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, those were just like thought questions.
The financial load of moving is thankfully not as much of a reality by the time Amelia is moving as it would have been like 20 some odd years prior.
Yeah.
And capitalism was still a thing. Yeah. I don't know. Who else?
I like that she has this problem that she's just like, it's there.
Yeah.
So
it's fine. It's fine.
I am alive.
Yay! What else?
I don't know. I just wrote the note. They're drifting.
Ooh.
They're drifting a little bit, ain't they?
Yeah, they're just kind of like drifting around, I guess. Is what I'm getting from this. And question, I guess, not about Amelia specifically, but like about this, because you said it's the year of Amelia.
It's the year of Amelia, baby.
Is that your time frame for all of them?
No.
Are you gonna be a little quicker with the uptake on the other ones?
But like, I'm saying this is OC Book Report the first because you're gonna see a lot of OC Book Reports coming up.
It's a good concept. It's a good developmental thing.
I'm gonna dive a little further into everybody. I'm probably at some point going to get tired and start like lumping characters together into singular book reports, but like,
okay,
yeah.
You might follow in your footsteps, pal. The character analysis stuff is probably really smart.
Yeah, it's good because it starts kind of informing storytelling things. Because every single one of these are things that can be poked at in a story.
I could definitely use one for like Lillian looking at her at the corner.
Certain aspects of yourself. Kind of cracking open the shell a little bit at a time. Yes.
My head still hurts. Yeah. I love that.
I enjoy this.
Thank you.
This is a good setup.
Thank you very much. I'm hoping that I can get a little more structured with my next ones. Kind of a little less what's my next fucking slide again as I go.
I think you have a pretty decent structure.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
It's there if you really look at it.
Yeah.
I want to see you do a slide with just ramble notes for each one. That was personally my favorite. It's going to that one and going, what else? Amelia like blah, 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 blah.
Amelia likes 4 cheese pizza and Choco Taco and those little stars and sweet cereal and blueberries and doesn't really have a pie preference or a drink preference and likes jazz and can't swim and isn't very athletic but does stretch and can drive but doesn't drive much, usually just around the island for work stuff and has no problem walking otherwise, and likes seeing funny animal videos and game playthroughs, and they're so cool, you guys, yay!
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, I like for these.
Call me the micro machines, man.
For these, it's very funny because for a lot of these, it's very much like I close my eyes, I put each thing in front of the character and like sort of consider how they would react and whether or not that feels right for them.
How does this make you feel?
Like the funny animal videos, the funny animal videos thing caught me off guard because I was like, really, man? I was just imagining Amelia like DMing people like just like, have you seen this funny cat? Oh my god.
Amelia sits there and sends 20 Instagram reels of animals to people in an hour.
Yeah.
Pal subjecting
what they were doing.
Pal subjecting her characters to the Voight-Kampff test.
Yeah, exactly.
You see a turtle.
I've fucking Voight-Kampff all of my OCs, and that's how it goddamn works. Every day I fucking Voight-Kampff my characters. and having it so they can't dance is just like, it's just a funny thing for me. I was like, I think it would just be funny if Amelia just can't fucking dance.
I like it, likes jazz but can't dance and can swim but isn't very athletic but does stretch.
Well, it's not even zero sense of rhythm, just like doesn't really know what to do.
It doesn't know what to do with their body.
Oh, like, my timer. As soon as I get a moment, I have to turn off the heater in my house. But yeah. Just like if you take them to like a party, one, they're just gonna be in the fucking corner, and two, if they actually do dance, they're just gonna do like the thing where you just like kind of like sort of have your arms sort of folded in front of you, just kind of like
shimmy.
Yeah, just sort of shimmy.
They're just gonna hit you with a little shimmy.
They're just gonna hit you with a little shimmy. It's like, oh my god, buddy. I'm picturing it in my head. Anything else? Who else? Who do y'all want me to focus on for the next one? Who's next?
Mary.
Okay. All right.
I feel like I don't know enough about Mary.
Okay, yeah, fan favorite. All right. Sure thing.
Mary.
Enough of this.
You win.
I win!
You completed it.
I completed it.
Ah! It's okay. It's just us.
Don't cry.
Let's cry.
Mods, seize him.
Cheese them.
It was funny as you're doing your presentation. The bots killed somebody.
Oh no!
God.
Kill.
It's very funny every time. Cause it's linked to my Discord, so I get a message. So it's just in the boss room of my Discord. It just says banned in their username.
Does it ever say why?
Yeah, it lists the reasons, but it's just like banned username.
Sorry, I'm just looking at like the couple Amelia drawings of the whiteboard.
Wow. Let's zoom in here.
I did my best to mimic your style.
Yeah, you did a really good job actually mimicking my style.
Oh,
Deer in the
thank you.
headlight.
I did have to stare at that for a second, like, oh shit. Hey. You zipper mouth. Oh, they shut up. Oh.
They shut up.
Oh. I have to turn the heater off now. Yep.
Who's going next?
I can go next. Oh.
Oh, the same time.
Rock, paper, scissors.
No, you can go if you want.
Okay, I could go next.
Share that screen.
I know, I'm trying to conserve my energy so bad. So. Thanks.
Whoa.
Oh.
Yahoo. Oh.
I don't know if that worked.
Yeah.
I think it worked. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. Sorry, things are.
Do you like jazz?
Do I like jazz? I don't mind what you play.
Okay. As long as it's not Cats on Mars.
Yeah, I don't even know what that is, in honest.
Cats on Mars on Flip. I went a little crazy at the end of that. It was a little too much.
Not really listening to something because it just my head's already full of sound.
It's from Cowboy Bebop, but I know it as the go-to background music for every small YouTuber ever.
I'm gonna have to look up this Cats on Jazz.
It's you.
Let me close the whiteboard. It's me.
Hey, Starter.
Short and sweet tonight, baby. Because my thoughts are solid, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't know.
My thoughts are solid like a chunk of block.
I had two quick little concepts I wanted to run through. One of them, very quick, was the realms and the continents of the world that I've built. Named Hyenia. It's like, what? Realms specifically, you gotta think of them like a layer cake, because that's the only way I can think of them. Where at the top, you have Calum, and then you have the infinite cosmos, the Olemus, Thyenia is in the middle, smack in the middle. Tirdan is below Thyenia, the Echo, and Inferus. The Calum and Inferus are like the light and dark realms, basically. The infinite cosmos, it's where people go when they're dreaming. Just hanging out. A lot of thoughts out there. The Olemus, Thyenia, and Tirdan are like a weird Venn diagram bubble where they all overlap into each other. Thyenia being the base one, Tirdan being below it, like underground, and the Olemus being like holes you poke in like just Thyenia itself. I'm not gonna talk about the Echo. Continents on Thyenia, from the largest to the smallest. You have Alessandri, Eliscoso, Mescos, Astium, the Aegean Isles, which is a collection of isles. Then you have something I've been calling the Axis, or the Godless Lands. So, map, as an example, which I have to shout out Pal for. Because you helped me fix it! And it looks right now!
It's been so long since I've seen this map.
I know, it looks 10 times better than the original. Alessandri, the biggest one, I don't have any thoughts on it. It's undiscovered, technically, lore-wise. So there's only one little piece of it that's, like, discovered. And that's, like, the southernmost point. Mescos and Astium is where everything is, like, majorly located. As well as Eliscoso. And the Aegean Isles, like I said, my collection of little islands out there. But yeah, that's where the most of the story all takes place when you're on the Thyenia side of the story. But yeah. And then Tirdan is your fun little land under the hill where you have the summer court, the winter court, your Unseli, Seli. Then I have something called like Nixie's Gate, because I needed to make something for the Wild Hunt faction. And I was like, yes, it has to be separate. Because I made the leader of the Wild Hunt a Nixie queen, basically. They're out there. But yeah. So, maps. That's realms and stuff like that. Realms and lands. The next quick thing that I've been throwing around and I finally, like, solidified on, was, I say, quote-unquote, magic system. Magic systems still confuse me, but this is as far as a solid base as I could get. There's 3 types. There's Kalian and Inferian practices, runic studies, and core manipulations. So, Kalian and Kalian and Inferian practices. They are the manipulations of light and shadows taught by the gods, specifically, of Kalim and Inferus. Arguably, they are the easiest magic to learn, as they are essentially rituals written by the gods. So, the gods did a bunch of stuff, they were like, here, have it. Have at it. And then the focus of this magic is healing and death. So, this is where your healing magic comes from. If you know this type of magic, you know how to heal people. If you don't, well, good luck, my friend. Only the gods can help you there.